Hey everyone, welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial video. And AFK fish farms are back. Now, they might not be back in the way that you think they are back, as they still are nerfed and have been since 1.16, or the introduction of 1.16. But they could be used for another purpose, and we're going to go ahead and break it down completely in today's video. But before we actually get into everything that you guys need to know about this, if you guys can go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and share all these videos with everyone that you know and everywhere that you possibly can, it would greatly help me out and would support that YouTube algorithm, as I do have a lot of showcased videos on farms and build tutorials and other things like that, all relating to Minecraft here on the channel. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started and kind of talk a little bit about why the AFK fish farm is back and why I actually plan on using it in my next survival series. Whether that actually be something that I'm going to record or just something that I'm going to play on my own. Now, here is obviously the AFK fish farm in all of its glory, but I have expanded it in order to actually allow us to give and get XP from. So ultimately, it's combining an AFK fish farm, which we're going to get a ton of cod and also salmon specifically from this build. But anything else that you guys get in additional, like if whatever it might be, like lily pads or pufferfish or whatever else, you can actually have it deposited into this chest. Now, obviously, this has not been going very long, and I have not AFK'd here for very long at all. But I wanted to kind of give an example of something that was in the back of my mind, and I just wanted to test it out to see how it would work. So you have the fish farm here at the top, and you have basically the XP farm here down at the bottom. Now, in one of the next updates, I don't know if it's actually going to be changing in 1.17 or 1.18 because of how they're going to be splitting up everything. However, one of these, the best way of getting XP is through pigmen or piglins or zombified piglins. That's going to be going away at some point, whether it's in 1.17 that's going to be introduced in the summer, or the actual cave and cliff update that's going to be introduced around the holiday season in 2021. We don't really know when it's actually going to be coming and going away, but we do know that it's coming. And right now, XP might be harder to get, maybe just in general. So I decided that I was going to come up with an idea of kind of how to jumpstart and get that over, just in case there is any issues with the 1.17. So I want to show you guys exactly how to build what we're building over there, and you guys can actually do more than this if you would like. So as far as the materials to build, if you guys are going to be building exactly what I have here on the screen, this is everything that you're going to need. Now, 32 stone is actually more than you're going to need. You can use any building block that you want. And then you're also going to need some kind of filter item. You could use the subscribe here, rename it filter, as long as you rename it to something other than a block that is actually in Minecraft, so that way it doesn't break anything. And then we have everything else there, and then eventually we're going to want raw cod and raw salmon. Now, if there's anything else that you guys want to filter out, by all means go ahead and do that. But as far as I know, nothing else actually gives and can be cooked, but that's at least what I remember anyway. And obviously, eventually, you're going to want to get yourself just a godlike fishing rod at some point in time. This will take a little bit of time to go ahead and get that. However, this isn't like super early, but you'll be able to get this probably within a day of AFK fishing or just fishing in general. You should be able to get a majority of these things. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the build itself. All right, so the first thing that you're actually going to want to do is build it up off the ground, or you can actually start by building it on the ground. So we're actually going to go ahead and grab our chests here, and we're going to start with the double chest there and a double chest there. We're going to put a hopper into the back of both of those. And then what we want to do is we want to use a smoker in this case. Now, you guys don't necessarily need to use a smoker if you don't want to, but a smoker, especially with any type of food, is going to basically cook your items twice as fast. That's the reason that I decided to do that. If you want to just put a regular furnace here, you are more than welcome to go ahead and do that. Then on the sides of both of these, you want to go ahead and put in your hoppers, and then a hopper on the top of those as well. Now, if you want to put it in the back so it's not necessarily as tall, you can definitely go ahead and do that as well. Either way, it's completely up to you guys, but we're going to be building it how I showed over there 4. Now you're going to go ahead and basically put chests on each one of those hoppers. So the side ones are going to be the fuel, the top ones are going to be the input, and then on the back of this we're going to go ahead and basically create in our sorting system. So up here, what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and we need to place a temporary block there for the time being. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be putting a hopper just like that. And then what we actually need to do is place in the building blocks that we're going to be using on the back side here. So we're going to start by putting some right there. Then we're going to go ahead and put the comparators on the top of these. If you guys have ever built a sorting system in general, which I have here on the channel, or have seen anybody else do it, it's going to be exactly the exact same type of build, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to come out, and then we're going to go down one here, and then this is where we're actually going to go ahead and put in our torches. So we're going to put a torch there, and also right there. We need to put a temporary block there. Then we're going to come over to this side, and then off to the back, because this is where your repeaters are going to go, right there. And then you can go ahead and fill that in, and then just fill that all in completely with a redstone. And that's all that you guys actually need to do as far as the actual sorting system itself. So that's pretty much ready. Now we're going to have to obviously go ahead and get it set up. Now the next thing that you're going to want to do is just put a temporary block basically off to the side here. And then you're going to break those 2 blocks. And then you're going to go ahead and put a hopper just like that, so we can actually have it going into something. And you're going to break this last one. And then this is going to go into a double chest here. Then you're going to put a double chest down below, and then you can actually just keep going as far as down as you want, just in case you start getting a ton of items from your AFK fish farm. You'll have places to go ahead and store it when that time comes. Now we can actually fill in our chests for our fuel. I'm just using coal, but you guys can use bamboo or any other fuel source that you guys would like. Hopefully this is actually going quite a bit, so maybe at the very beginning having a simple bamboo farm might be okay. To at least get you the bamboo that you need, so that way you're not wasting coal all the time. Again, completely up to you. Now we're going to use our subscribe ones. We're just going to be putting it into the last 4. And did I not? You know what? I didn't put it in the right one. That is my bad. And we're going to go ahead and put the same thing here. And then we're going to go ahead and put in we'll just put our cod there. We'll put our salmon into this one. You will need 41 of them to actually get the whole system started, and then the rest of it will actually go ahead and flow down right away into the smokers. Now you guys will need a couple of levers, and what you're going to do is just put them on the front of the smokers, because what's going to happen is they're going to actually cook up really fast. But if you want it to stop, you can actually just go ahead and collect it, and it will sit there. Then you can actually pull this out, and you'll actually gain the XP from it. So while we're building the AFK fish farm, what I'm actually going to do is actually throw in some more cod and more salmon, so we can actually hopefully build up some of that and let it cook for just a little bit of time while we're actually building it. Now what we need to do is grab in the rest of our items that we're going to be using to build the AFK fish farm. And we're going to go just like that. And then what you're going to want to do is put a fence on the normal fence right on that last hopper there. And then what you want to do is put a block there. It's going to be temporary, because you're going to basically be surrounding it so that no water goes anywhere else. And then I guess I like to just come out one like that. Now, technically, you don't need these 2, but you know, if you want a little bit of a platform to kind of stand on, then that's where you'd actually have the extra blocks. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and place in your water bucket right on that fence, or that hopper right there. You're going to put a pressure plate right on the top of that fence right there. And then you're going to put a no block here. And then I recommend that you guys go ahead and put something on the top of this, otherwise that no block will be incredibly noisy. And then put that iron trapdoor at the bottom of that stone. You don't want to put it, make sure that you're not placing it there, because that's going to destroy things in the long run, and you're going to cause issues basically like that, and you don't want that to actually happen. So what we're going to do is we're actually just going to go ahead and destroy that, get that out of here. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that water. Then we're going to put the fence gate down, the pressure plate on the top of that, and then put the water bucket back on the top. There we go. So that's why you don't want to do that. Otherwise, you're going to have water flowing everywhere and every way, and you might have to fix some of your redstone that you just got done creating. Now, all you need to do is go into survival, go ahead and use your fishing pole, and then you guys can either create a macro or find some kind of auto clicker so that you're basically fishing non-stop. Either way will work just fine. I'm not going to get into how to create a macro right now. Otherwise, I believe there might be a mod out there that you guys could do so that it'll do that. And then we got something. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a fish or some other item. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and do this for, I don't know, about 5, maybe 10 minutes. And we'll see what kind of items that we get from this. And we'll be right back. Nah, I lied. I decided that I was going to come back only after a couple of minutes. And we actually got a couple more pieces of fish in my inventory, which I actually wasn't trying to. And we actually, I did not mean to do that, but we actually caught a couple more tropical fish and then also a puffer fish. So then we can use at least a puffer fish for some type of potion or whatnot. And I did add some other fish into this area as well, just to make sure that you guys can kind of go ahead and see what this thing can potentially do. Now that this has actually been going for a little bit, we saw that I was actually able to gain a little bit of XP just from the AFK fish farm, so you'll be able to get XP that way. But now we can actually go ahead and switch those on. Then we can pull some of the fish out there and we'll get a little bit. Now this is actually only after a couple minutes of AFK fishing, so you guys can see, obviously I did throw some cod in there before. Not only will you get XP from this, and it's not going to be a ton, but it's a way that you guys can do it at least AFKable, but you're also going to get some food as well that you guys can actually go ahead and use in your early Minecraft world. Now, what you guys could really do with this thing, if you really want to be able to scale it up, is if you guys build some type of guardian farm where the fish is coming in ridiculously fast. Basically anything that is raw, go ahead and cook it up and get a whole bunch of XP that way. So if you guys have a guardian farm, it's a great way to get a lot of XP fast, especially if you guys are building some of the amazing farms that are out there. But anyway, that is really everything that I have for you guys in today's episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's tutorial. If you guys did, make sure that you smack that like button and go ahead and check out some of my other content here on the channel. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it, and you guys stay gaming. Bye.